Hi, Aussie Brick Chick here, and as you can see here, I've got one of my Micropolis blocks that I've dug out of my boxes of packing so that I can show you guys how it is that I pack these away and keep them safe in between shows, and so that they can transport very easily. My displays, they travel all over the state on a regular basis, so it's very important that they get packed properly so that they can travel without too much damage. And you can see here I've got some plastic wrap on the outside of this block. This helps to keep it all the little bits together. You can see there's some loose bits in there that I've taken off so that it's not so tall and it's a bit more compact for packing, because I pack a whole bunch of these in a box, and then I have multiple boxes that have multiple blocks that make up my city, and some are flatter and some are a bit taller, and the way that I pack each different kind of block is a little bit different. But with this one in particular, there are some loose pieces that I pulled off because they're just a bit fragile. And by putting the cling wrap or saran wrap or whatever they could call it in your country, this plastic wrap on it, keeps it all together, keeps the dust out of it, most importantly in between shows, because the last thing that I want to do is to have to keep dusting it down considerably. Before I started packing these up like this, that they would get quite a bit of dust on them while I was working on them, so I dust them down, I wrap them up, and then the next show, any small amount of dust that got on them at the previous show just gets a quick dust off. Okay, so I'm just going to unwrap this for you guys in a moment so that we can have a bit of a closer look at some of the details on this one. So we've got a couple of layers of plastic here. I usually wrap it one way and wrap it the other way. And you can see, you can keep these bits of plastic because they're good for packing in between, to just pad sections that are a bit fragile that you don't want to take off. And because this is cheap and nasty cling wrap, it doesn't cling too hard to the base and it comes off really easily. Maybe I just send sign there. Hopefully nothing important. So welcome to Super Fun Water Park! Yay! At the front here I've got this really awesome entryway. It's I've built it up fairly similar to how I built my Japanese gate for my Japanese garden. And it has this beautiful printed tile from the Elves theme sets as its logo. All the way around we've got this bright red eye-catching fence that screams, hey, come look at what we've got here, awesome, awesome. We've got some very bright coloured flags to catch the wind, get people's attention. If you look at the front here, I've got a Kiddies Playground area where you've got these little mushrooms that have a shower of water. You've got little jets that kids can aim at each other. There's a little frog statue here for a bit of fun. And then we've got a little kiddie water slide. And the gateway to the kiddie section is this fun sort of face with googly eyes. And in true Aussie water park fashion, we have a souvenir shack at the front. We have a barbecue area and a food kiosk, and all of these little sit down areas underneath umbrellas so that people can either buy something from the kiosk or cook their own barbecue lunch and sit down as a family and have fun. there's a beautiful little grassed area. If I had a bit more room, probably would have put some trees somewhere as well. As moving right along, at the back here you can see I have this lagoon area. It's sort of like a little river that goes round and round in a circle, and people hop on these little rubber rings. I'll show you. I'll pop one down. And it just goes around in a circle lazily. I've kept it pretty open so that you can see it very well, but normally this would be very like lots of palm trees and overgrowth and stuff like that, so it'd be a bit shady because summers in Australia are very hot and you get sunburnt very quickly. So in the middle of the lagoony creek river area thing, you have this little island. You can come across the bridge and people can come and just enjoy the sand, sunbake or whatever. At the back here we've got lots of ramps up to the water slides. We've got some paths that lead from the front down to the back. And you'll see that I've got a whole bunch of different water slides. Each one of them has a little theme. So this one's got googly eyes. It's more of a little kiddie one. It's shorter. It's not too steep. And we've got one here that's got a little wave. This one here's a tornado. You'll notice that there's two water slides that are intertwined. Then we've got this one that's transparent, so you can see as you slide down. And you've got a couple of others. So down in the main pool, the main pool's actually slightly recessed down so that I can have edges on the pool and fit all the ends of the water slides nicely so that they exit to the water at the right height. Over here we've got a little change area at the back there. I forgot to show you, there's a couple of little undercover areas for people to just take some shade for a bit. And of course we've got pathways in between so you can walk from the front to the back. This is the other half of the pathway I showed you earlier. And these big white things, they're water pump stations that filter the water, keep everyone nice and healthy. And that's about it for now, guys. So what do you think of my super fun water park? I quite like it. When I started building it, I was inspired by some pictures that I had seen of Micropolis over in America, in the USA. And I thought, oh, that would be awesome, because we have theme parks here in Queensland that have water slides that are really popular. In fact, they're going to be building a massive water park here on the Sunshine Coast very soon. So it's very apt that I should have a water park. So I took some of the ideas of what I saw online and I translated that to some of the stuff that we have here in Australia, so it was more Australian. And yeah, this is what you got. This very bright, very colourful theme park block that has lots of different little details all packed inside of it. So hopefully this gets you inspired to try something new, play with your little bits and pieces, and build something Micropolis, guys. If this doesn't enthuse you, well, I'll bring out some more blocks another day and give you a bit of a tour and explain how I went about building them, what inspired me, and the sorts of pieces that are involved with making them. So thanks for watching, guys. Thanks a lot for all of you who have subscribed recently, and keep on building. I will see you next time.